I want to thank you for watching, taking the time to watch this video. I also want to thank everyone for their patience and all their support throughout this pandemic. It has been a difficult time for everyone, those people in business, those people at home, the frontline workers, all that. So it's been a very difficult situation. So I want to thank everyone for their patience. Many people have been asking about when we're going to reopen, how we're going to reopen, if we're going to even be able to reopen. I don't want to jinx myself here, but I want to assure you that we will be reopening. And as of today, it looks like June 20th is what we'll put off to the second phase. Now, they could change their mind with that. They could go sooner. It could be later than that. But right now, we're looking at June 20th, which is about a month away from today. So I wanted to just take a few minutes to communicate my vision of how we will be reopening. Again, I don't want to jinx myself, but I believe that we will be able to reopen and resume business as usual. But to help us get reopened, and maybe to help us get opened a little bit earlier, attached to the email that this video came with, or on Facebook, we have a letter that's been put together by IRSA, the International Health Racquet and Sports Club Association. They're an association that has been lobbying for the industry since the beginning, and it seems as though those industries that have the best lobbying are the ones that are getting open. So it would only take a couple of clicks if you just click to that link, put the necessary information in, and get a letter sent off to the governor. That helps. The more letters, the better. We have done our part so far. We've emailed, we've hard lettered people. We're doing everything we can to get the doors open. People ask me, why can't we open when other industries seem to be able to open and we're able to control our environment? I can't tell you the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that. What I do know is this, that we're going to follow the rules and we're going to do whatever mandates they make to us, and we will open when we can. I assure you, we want to get open as quickly as we can, but we're not going to do it until we legally can do that. So as I talk to you today about what I envision the opening to look like, understand that there are no guidelines out there yet. I haven't gotten any guidelines from anyone on what it's going to look like, what we're going to have, or what we're not going to have to be able to do. What I'm basing this also off of is what I've seen open up around the country, the other gym owners that I know, what they've been able to do and not been able to do, and they've been able to share with me their best practices. So again, there's nothing set in stone in what I'm telling you yet. This is just what I think what's going to happen from what I've seen going on around the rest of the country. So the first thing to think about is, how many people are you going to allow into the facility? How many people are going to be allowed into the coaching center? Some places like Arizona are based off of a capacity percentage. They're allowed 50% capacity. That would be much different than allowing a number. For example, 10 people in the facility at one time. My guess is it's going to be 10. And for the sake of this conversation, we're going to go with 10. I'm also going to go with 10 for the complete business. Although we have two doors, multiple doors we can come in on and multiple doors, exit doors, we have two sides to our facility. I'm just going to assume that we're going to have 10 people total for the facility. That includes coaches. If we can get 10 on each side, that will make things a little bit easier. But for now, that's what we're going to go with. So with that said, based on 10, we have to have two coaches. We're going to allow two people doing semi-private training at one time. That leaves 6 people for the group exercise room. 6 people will allow us to easily continue to practice safe social distancing. We'll have more than 6 feet between everyone, but we will have some specific procedures in the facility. So one way to handle the fact that we may only be able to handle 6 people of group exercise at one time is we're going to add classes to the schedule. We're going to beef up our schedule. So you'll see attached to this email, if you did get the email and you're reading and you're watching this because of the email, that we have a survey. And that survey is going to help us determine the times and how many extra classes we're going to need. And some other information as well that's going to help us be able to open as smoothly as we possibly can. So please take the time to fill out that survey. I think it's only 8 questions. It's super simple, really quick and easy, but that's going to help us decide what we need to do to be able to service you correctly when we open the facility. Keep in mind that these are just some proposed class times. They're not etched in stone, okay? It's just going to give us an idea where we need to add and maybe where we don't need to add. So let's think about, okay, so now we have our schedules for classes and we have our semi-private training schedules. So semi-private training, we're going to allow 2 people at one time, like I said, and we're going to schedule semi-private sessions just like we normally do. We're going to have first come, first serve. I'm sure we're not going to have everyone's not going to come back to the gym at one time here. So I'm sure we're going to be able to handle the semi-private sessions easier than the group sessions. So one big change for the group exercise is that you'll be required to sign up for the class online, on MindBody. It will be first come, first serve, and you will only be able to schedule out at 1 week at a time. So you won't be able to schedule, for example, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9:30 from now until Christmas. You'll only be able to do it 1 week at a time. This will allow people to get into the times that they need to get into, and maybe they won't be able to get there the week 1 week, the next week they will be able to get into the times that they need. We'll be as flexible as we possibly can, but it's going to be necessary to schedule online. So when this happens, as we get a little bit closer to our opening day, we are going to give you guys a video on how to schedule online and all the different sources there are to be able to schedule online, whether it's on an app, whether you're on your computer, or whatever it might be. So we will take care of that. We'll give you a video on how to do that. Now, we have never charged a no-show fee for classes, since it's just show up, okay, or semi-private training if someone didn't show up. We never charged a no-show fee. And we're going to go forward with that. But if we find that people are, especially the same people, are signing up and then not showing up for the class, and certainly if they don't let us know, we're going to have to come up with some kind of fee, because that's just not fair to the other clients. It's not fair to the coaches who are preparing for the sessions and for the clients that may need to be going into that time slot. But starting out, we will not have any type of no-show fee. Once we do get open again, and we have all these different classes, this class schedule may be adjusted once we are open based upon participation. Like many businesses, we have been hit very hard financially, and payroll is the most controllable expense that we have. So we really need to be able to maximize our payroll dollars. It's key for the viability of the business going forward. So if we find that a particular class is not being participated in very well, maybe 1, maybe 2 people, that class may go away, okay, and that person or those few people will have to go into another time slot. That is, if there's space in the other time slots. If we have overflow because the other classes are full and it means 1 or 2 people, we won't be eliminating that class. It will only be if we find that the other classes are not full. We need to do this for payroll reasons. And hopefully enough people come back, and hopefully we can rebuild the business to the point that we're not so payroll sensitive. I appreciate your patience with that. We do realize that some people will not be comfortable coming back to the coaching center. We understand that. We are sensitive to that. We want to make sure that whoever does come back to the facility feels comfortable and enjoys being at the facility exercising. So with that said, we will continue some version of the virtual classes, some versions of the Zoom classes and the Facebook Live. We need to get an idea how that's going to be. On the survey, there's some questions about that. So again, please go to the survey and fill that out. We want to make sure that those people are now at home, working at home on customized programs, the semi-private people. We will again support that when we reopen if you do not feel comfortable coming back to the facility. Again, everyone's safety and everyone's well-being is #1 priority to us. And we do want to make sure that you're comfortable coming to the facility. So we will have some version of Facebook Live and the Zoom classes going forward. Maybe a little tricky in the beginning, but I'm pretty sure we can work that out. So another big change that's going to come down the road is that all sessions will be a hard 45 minutes. So group exercise and semi-private training will be 45 minutes. We need to do that to be able to clean and sanitize in between classes and in between sessions. It's just necessary. We will adjust the workouts so that we're done within 45 minutes and we can get people out. It's only fair to those people, next people coming in, that we get the place clean and sanitary. So it'll be a hard 45 minutes. So no where you're at with your workout and wherever you're at with your program, we will ask you to leave if you're still going at the 45 minutes mark. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the actual mechanics of what it'll look like when you come to the facility, okay? First, the first time you come to the facility to work out, you'll have to sign a new waiver, a new workout waiver. So I'll have a station out front with the waivers there for you to sign. I appreciate it if you were to bring a pen. If you don't bring a pen, we will supply a pen, and I'm going to ask you to take that pen with you because I don't want to take the time to sanitize pens, actually. So take a pen and take it with you. We will also line up outside the doors. So the semi-private people will go through the doors that we normally go through, and the group people will go through the doors on the other side. This way we will have no conglomerate of no people hurtling around or being together congested in the normal lobby area. Semi-private people will stand outside the door on some markings on the ground, and the group people will line up between us and the restaurant on some marks on the floor so that we're lined up with social distancing, and we'll let people in one at a time. Semi-private people, you will head into the semi-private room and the coach will tell you exactly where you're going to go, okay? Upon entering the studio, we will, at this point in time, ask you to wear a mask. If you do not bring a mask, we will be able to provide you with a throwaway mask, okay? We want to make sure that if they ask us to have masks, we will have masks available. We will also have some latex gloves for people to wear if you feel more comfortable wearing gloves. Upon entering the studio, we'll take your temperature with an infrared thermometer. No one will touch you, and we will record your temperature coming into the studio. We will ask you a few questions, some of the obvious questions. I'm not going to go through them now. And before you come into the facility, you want to make sure that, again, everyone is safe coming into the facility. As you're standing out front with the group exercise, we're going to be talking about the workout. So while you're standing there, you're going to be learning what the workout is, mostly so you can determine what weights you'll need to use. We haven't completely decided how we're going to handle the distribution of weights. We might have you go into the facility, grab your weights, and go to your station, your pod. Or we may have the coach distribute the weights once you're at your pod. We haven't decided on that yet, but before we open, we will decide on that, and I will let you know what that is. But as you come into the facility, the coach will tell you exactly where you're going to stand, and you will have a certain pod, your spot that you're going to exercise. At that spot will be a foam roller. You will have hand sanitizer, and you will have some sanitary wipes. So whether you take your equipment or someone gives you equipment, you are to wipe down your equipment immediately. After your workout, you are again to wipe down the equipment and leave it there. You're going to take your wipes, and there will be a trash can at the door, so on your way out you can throw away those sanitizing wipes. In between sessions, the equipment will be wiped down, and we will spray the room to sanitize the room. It takes about 10 minutes for the sanitizer to work and to dry, so that's why we need at least 15 minutes in between classes. Again, our number one priority is your safety and the coach's safety. So that's what I envision for the room to be. The workouts will be much different than they were before. We will ask you to get on that foam roll and foam roll right away, a quick foam roll on those areas where you feel the most discomfort. We will have a ramp, and then we'll get into the workout. And again, at 45 minutes, we will ask everyone to leave. There will be a path to the bathroom. if someone needs to go to the bathroom or if someone feels that they need to wash their hands before or after their workout. So we will have a path set up for the bathroom. There will be a deep clean midday and another deep clean at the end of the day, and an even more extensive clean will occur on the weekend. We really would appreciate it if you could get to class or your sessions on time, early if you can. Please be patient with us, especially in the beginning as we try to work through these processes. Going to be a lot of questions, going to be a little bit of hysteria. We're going to do our best to make sure that everything runs smoothly. So a couple of changes. Those are all the changes to our group exercise. In our semi-private training, there'll be a couple of changes. Number one, we're going to use the bridge. So everyone will be on the bridge. There won't be any more paper on the workouts, right? So those people who've been using the bridge will be very familiar with it. The coach will be facilitating the session from an iPad to tell you what to do, and they will be using the bridge software. One major change is ramp will become a generic ramp unless we need to make a modification due to orthopedic reasons. There'll be a big grease board up on the wall, a white grease board on the wall, and ramp will be up on there. You will have your pod. Again, at your pod will be a foam roller, a mat, sanitizing wipes, and some hand sanitizer for you. Get in there, get on your foam roller, get started, and the coach will bring you through your workout and have you done in time to get your equipment re-sanitized, re-wiped down, and to be able to get out the door in time. So that's what I envision how the workouts are going to run, what the rooms will look like. There'll be plenty of space in between people. I'm going to ask you to go to wherever we told you your pod's going to be. We're doing that for a specific reason in a specific order, and we'll ask you to leave in a specific order as well. Again, for proper social distancing. We will set up a date approximately a week before the opening for everyone to drop off any borrowed equipment. I need to get that equipment back. I need to get it sanitized. I need to get it put away. I have not quite decided how I'm going to handle the equipment issue for those clients that are going to continue to work out at home. As we get closer, I'll figure it out, and I'll let you know then. I'm also going to set up a time and a date for people to come and pick up all their sneakers and their shoes from the foyer area. I'm not going to allow people to leave their shoes at the facility now. So let's get them picked up. Let's get them out of there. When you do come to work out, we're not going to ask you to change your shoes. You can wear whatever shoes you come to the gym in. You can wear them into the facility. I don't see any difference between any kind of sanitary reasons, whether it's your shoes, your shorts, your shirt. If you brought it into the facility because of clothing, you brought it into the facility because of clothing, and we're going to get the place sanitized so we don't have to worry about that. So you can wear the sneakers into the facility that you wear to the gym. So this is all the stuff that we've been thinking about. We're preparing it ready so that the facility is safe for you and for the coaches. If anyone has any problems, any kind of questions, any kind of concerns, any kind of suggestions, because we certainly don't know it all, and things could change between now and a month from now as we see other facilities opening around the country, please feel comfortable to email me, respond to this email, call me, call the coaching center, leave a message for me on Facebook, post something on Facebook. I will be more than happy to set some time aside to talk to you about your concerns. I am here again to make sure that we get our workouts in as safely as we possibly can and that everyone is comfortable with what we do. I want everyone to feel safe during the return. But we're very sanitary. We're taking it to the next level with our sanitary products and our procedures and how we have people come in the door and our pod setup. So I think that going forward, when we do open, everything will be taken care of. So that's what I have for you. I really appreciate you taking time to listen to this. I hope everyone is safe. All families and friends are safe and well. And I look forward to getting back to normal, coaching you face to face. Everyone misses everyone. Everyone misses the Y.E.S family. And we'll get it going and we'll work it out. And before we know it, we'll be working out together again. So thanks again, and everyone be safe.